Yes.
I am Ms. Pratiksha Shirodkar, Assistant Professor, Nirmala Institute of Education. I would like to introduce to all the dignitaries on the days for the press conference. We have Dr. Russell D'Souza, Principal of Nirmala Institute of Education. We have Dr. Delia Antau, convener of the conference and former Principal of Nirmala Institute of Education. We have Dr. Rita Pace, Director of Nirmala Institute of Education. Professor Dr. Mustafa, President of IALSE and Professor from Central University of Kerala, Ms. Rama Bide, Secretary of IALSE. So it is my privilege to welcome all of you for this press conference on the International Conference on Life Skills Education. And this conference is basically to bring together all the educators, researchers and all the practitioners of life skill education to make sure that this message is conveyed to everybody who is in the system, to make sure we have the skills which are needed to navigate through 21st century. And we truly appreciate and understand the role of media in propagating this message. So it is a privilege to have all of you here, and I would like to invite Dr. Russell to kindly do the formal inaugural of this press conference.
To have, in this August gathering, so many learned persons. We have Dr. Rita Pace, who is the Iron Lady of this institution. And today this institution stands tall. It's because of her. Credit goes to her. Dr. Delia Antau and my colleague, Ms. Pratiksha, Professor Mustafa, the lady by my side, Ms. Rama, and of course another lady from IALSE. So good afternoon once again. Coming to the conference. So the Indian Association of Life Skills Education, IALSE, Chennai, in collaboration with the Nirmala Institute of Education, Altina Panachi, Goa, is organizing the 10th International Conference on Life Skills, Integrated Learning and Living, Pathways for a Sustainable Future, from February 27 to March 1st, 2025 at the Institute's premises. Now, what is going to happen during this conference? There are a lot of things happening, but in a nutshell, if I can tell you, so this conference basically aims to explore the integration of life skills in education and experiential lifestyles, highlighting their role in fostering personal and societal development. Key discussions will focus on sustainable living, digital connectivity, cultural competence, and emotional intelligence, while also examining policy implications, emerging trends, and collaborative opportunities among educators, communities, and industrial leaders. So, as I summarize the whole thing, it's a 3-day intensive conference during which you have a number of plenary sessions, parallel sessions, you have speakers from across the globe. So this is a wonderful experience not only for educators but across the spectrum. And we're very privileged to have this association with IALSE, and at the same time we know that the outcomes of this conference are going to be so very positive, and we as a teacher education institution that is forward looking, progressive in its nature and culture, is surely going to be an ambassador for life skills in the state of Goa. Thank you.
For Nirmala Institute of Education to organize this international conference jointly with the Indian Association of Life Skills Education in Chennai. The conference will be inaugurated by the Honorable Governor of Goa, Shri P.S. Sridharan Pillai, and we have the honor to have as our chief guest for the valedictory function, the Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Shri Pramod Sawant. It is a rare privilege, I think, for us to have both the Honorable Governor of Goa as well as the Honorable Chief Minister of Goa to grace the same event. As a teacher education institute, I am really happy that among the various stakeholders who will be participating in this conference, that we will be having also, we will be also giving a good exposure to all the teacher trainees in Goa as well as school children. So during the conference, we will be having parallel sessions, we will be organizing satellite workshops for school children where the resource persons will be going to the schools to conduct this workshop. And the topic will be learning for life, integrating life skills into everyday school activities. Beside that, we will be also having a session called the Team Talk, which will be organized organized on campus. And for this, we will be having school students, both from the secondary as well as the higher secondary section, who will be coming here to speak to us on the topic life skills and youth engagement, where they will be telling us about the important role that life skills plays in their lives to enhance the quality of life and for sustainable living. And we are really looking forward to this international conference.
In today's world, we need life skills education, because when we were young, the home was the area of life skills education. I remember we had a woman working with us to wash dishes and all. And my mother used to give her a cup of tea first, because she would put her hands in cold water. So right from that time, I learned the value of work and the value of different people contributing to the development of society. Unfortunately, today, the home has become a very difficult place to introduce life skills. And I think after this conference, we should have something for parents, because they're struggling. They're struggling to impart values to their students. They're struggling to build up their children. And so therefore, life skills has always been an important element in the growth of children, in the growth of families, and the growth of society. You know today what's happening in the world. It's let's compete and let's destroy each other. And that is not what life skills teaches. And so therefore, I hope this conference, and I believe this conference, will bring about a change, at least in Goan society. Today parents are too busy doing other things, and they're hardly at home. Now we were brought up in families that had both parents there. So we were taught these values automatically. I was eating an ice cream first one day in front of this woman, and I was only 5 or something, and my mother slapped me. She said, next time eat, buy 2 and eat in front of her. And she said, remember Rita, because she's at our door because she didn't have our life chances. If you didn't have those life chances, you wouldn't have been working at their door. So these are values that came with the development of family life. The parents couldn't handle her. So why is it? And therefore I suggest that we have a continuation of this for parents.
Yeah, as adding to what
Even Sister Delia has been working very hard at that. It's not enough to become a distinction student, but how are you going to be a distinction human being, a person who makes a difference? And that is what we stress on here.
So it was not also an important role of a teacher to inculcate these values.
Pardon?
Isn't it the teacher's also role to inculcate?
Yes, it is our role. Who is the sister?
Yeah, teacher.
Teachers we pass our role to teachers.
Yes, the teachers. But the sad
So
part.
more like teachers are only on the book side.
Yes, that is the sad part, not only of the teachers, but of the whole system. We value, right from young age, they are made to study so hard to get a rank, to get high marks. But that is not the only value in life. Who you are shouts louder than the degrees you have. And that is very important.
kids basically miss. As the president of Indian Association of Life Skills Education, let me extend my gratitude to Nirmala Institute of Education for hosting the conference. As Sister had already pointed out, the relevance of life skills and life skills education need not be further elaborated. And when we proposed for this conference, it is with immense pleasure and delightfulness the political and governmental leadership of Goa and the Nirmala Institute of Education received the concept with open hand and with 100% dedication. Indian Association of Life Skills Education instituted in the year 2010, and we are celebrating a decade of very vibrant and eventful journey in the field of life skills education. Friends,
life skills at a particular point of time in India, it has not been propagated and well accepted by the society and at the policy making level. But it is through the interference of simple but very humble effort, but the magnanimity was well taken and received by the leadership of the country, and it is reflected in the national education policy as well as the various policy guidelines from the part of University Grants Commission in the term of Jeevan Kaushal. And this conference, we hope that it will be a turning point in the educational landscape of the entire country, where around 100 experts in the field of life skills and life skills education will be sharing their expertise and discourse on the varied topics and themes, where more than 300 delegates across the globe will be receptible to all these discourses and will be sharing their views and perspectives. And sorry, we have a particular, as Madam told, we have arranged a particular session to learn and listen to the teens of the contemporary society, where they are all the victims of the positives as well as negatives that is happening in the society. So it is a convergence of all the aspects that is happening in the in our society, and we hope that there will be a suggestive, sustainable pathways that will bring about the accomplishment of our national goals of education, which is envisioned in NEP 2020, and it will convert a vibrant youth to a more productive aspect. And we have Ardi Bartan from IALSE. I have Miss Rama Pide from Mumbai, who is the Secretary of Indian Association of Life Skills Education, and we all in a very coherent and cohesive and very emotional manner attaching to the cause of the great dreams of our nation building nation builders, and we are committed under the banner of Indian Association of Life Skills to achieve their dreams. And once again, I extend my gratitude to Nirmala Institute of Education for collaborating with us, and I request the support of the great media persons of this state to spread this message, because such is the drastic situation happen even in educated community, educated youth, in family and in institutions and the all sectors of the society. I request the media persons to take hold and internalize the spirit of the conference and be all together as a team. We will work for our country and work for our generation. Thank you so much.
This will be held at the Darbar Hall, Raj Bhavan, and then from there we will be coming to the institute premises. So that's on 27th, 28th, and then on the 1st of March is the valedictory, which again will be held at Nirmala Institute. So as was said by Ms. Pratiksha and Sister Delia also, the inaugural ceremony will be conducted by Honorable Governor, and the valedictory by Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawantji.
How many delegates are expected?
300.
Yeah,
Around
as 300 delegates are participating, and around 80 plus experts are coming.
From international also experts.
Yeah, international. You see across, we have representation from Nepal, we have representation from all the South Asian countries, and from many are attending through online, also from US, from Middle East, then Gulf country, Maldives, etc. Education is moving to a kind of material ridden kind of thing. The core element, that is the value system of humankind, has degraded and deteriorated, and that is reflected all kind of problems like this depression, disappointment, stress, suicidal tendencies, corruption, nepotism, communalism, regionalism, and all that kind of things. So the life skills education is a retake of what was there in the true educational process, including the nurturing from the family.
Yeah, and I think we are.
It's personal development and social development, and the two go together. We need to understand that I am a subset of society, and how can I contribute towards society? And at Nirmala's, we've always kept this as a core value. And today we can proudly say that you ask for a student and it would be a Nirmala student who's picked up first, because we are strongly grounded in a value system wherein it's more of we contribute towards society in different ways. And at the same time, of course, there are so many societal forces that influence the I, the me. But how do I tide over all these difficulties? How do I learn to problem solve? How do I nurture and nature certain abilities that we say are very important in today's life system? Cognitive abilities, of course, you have problem solving and you have creativity, and all these abilities are very much a part of the system. But more than these, we have the affective abilities that we need to hone and develop. And I think this particular conference will trigger in us, as to how we can re-look at how things are moving, how can we have newer perspectives, and how we can have synergy and energy. And this is really wonderful, and I think everybody is looking up to it. The students also are so very eager, and so are the participants and the other stakeholders who are contributing towards this particular conference.
We have an MA Wellness Counseling course here started by Dr. Nirmal, and it stresses on developing these optimism, resilience, generosity. So that is geared towards building the resources of people, and we hope therefore slowly change the mindset of people.
Education at different levels. We are also having a pre-conference workshop tomorrow in the institution. So where there will be a discussion on how to integrate life skills into curriculum, not just at school level but also at higher education and in teacher education, so that it gets integrated and teacher education, so that it gets integrated in the curriculum. So that's also going to happen tomorrow.
It is a practice of IALSE to conduct the international conference on life skills each year. And the last year conference was at Trivandrum, and the previous year was at Delhi, then Lucknow and Bangalore. Like that, we are choosing different as a pan-India program, and the discussions will be compiled, and each part of the discussion will be taken specifically and separately. It will be submitted to different governmental bodies that will be reflected in the further policy making. And we very humbly says that all our recommendations and the reflections on these conferences were there again transferred and reflected in terms of the stress given for holistic development of the individual in terms of life skills education in the NEP 2020. Further, by the adherent and concerted effort of IALSE approaching the UGC, then MHRD and all for the higher education, UGC has brought out a particular curricular guidelines under the title Jeevan Kaushal, where a 2-credit course is a mandatory for all the undergraduate from 2023 onwards. So, and in addition to that, we see after the conference we tended to pull out the expertise of different persons and personalities who are attending, and we are molding a group of young talented peers who can speak about against the problems that teenagers are facing. So like that, in a varied manner, we are with sincere gratitude to all the support given from all the stakeholders of the society. We are happy to say that the outcome of the conference are put into practice. When we approached our beloved His Excellency Governor of Goa, he wholeheartedly extended all his support for this conference, and likewise CM also extended all. Then the different governmental organization executives, they're all supporting this conference, and we are sure that after this conference, as a follow-up, we will be bringing out a segmental and meticulous changes in the field of life skills in the state of Goa also.
Any issue that it will be discussed in this conference?
Yeah. It is there in different sector. It is there. Now there is one session named Think Tank, where 8 resource persons from the different part of the country are taking different themes. They are how life skills can be brought about in the context of, in the educational sector, in the context of NEP 2020. There is a separate think tank, a duration of 3 hours in this conference.
But still the NEP clarity is not there between the parents.
So there need a lot of sensitization.
Yes.
Yeah, there need a lot of sensitization in continuum to the different programs of NEP, and now in the higher education field also, at the government level and institutional level, there are a lot are taking place in terms of sensitizing the parents, sensitizing the teachers, and sensitizing even the students in relation to NEP 2020.
So there will be a change in the education system?
Absolutely, there will be a change. So now I am a professor from Central University of Kerala, Kasaragod, the only one central university in the Kerala state. So structural part of the education system is changing. Now earlier it was 3 years of undergraduation. Now we are moving to most of the universities are moving to a 4-year integrated undergraduate program. So likewise, the internship become a compulsory part in all the curricular process. These are all the reflections of NEP 2020.
In fact, to add on to Dr. I'm a SEL and life skills facilitator, and what I've also practiced and very effectively is while you're doing and practicing life skills sessions on students, the parents are also invited and they're sensitized, and it's a very conscious decision that some students and their parents will come in the sessions and they'll sit through and they'll spread the word out as well. So I'm talking about not just school students, I'm also talking about the college level students like a Miranda House College, Delhi University. So it's a very conscious effort that is being put up through NEP's promotion of extracurricular and of course life skills initiation. So
Many agencies in the across the globe, and I request Ms. Ramaji to express our sincere gratitude to all the collaborators one by one. And the primary partner is Nirmala Institute of Education. We host on behalf of IALSE for hosting the conference to the Nirmala Institute of Education. Apart from that, please.
Yes. So in addition to Nirmala Institute of Education, we have Directorate of Higher Education, Government of Goa as our knowledge partner. We are the knowledge partners for our conference. Then we have the support of FPA India, that's Family Planning Association of India. Then we have the support of Goa State Commission of Women, followed by Shelter Trust, Chennai, Union Bank of India, Panjim, Paijam Foundation, Pune, Goa Handicraft Rural Small Scale Industries Corporation, North Goa Zilla Panchayat, and Goa Tourism. So these are all our sponsors, and we are very grateful to all of them. Without their support, this conference at such a grand scale would not have been possible.
The directors and executive officials of all these governmental bodies were very, very receptive and extended all support. That is why we could able to make the conference to this stage.